Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. Yes, that is right, of course. Didn't think I'd be doing this soon, but it's been released of 6 players that are leaving officially at Burton Albion for us. So yeah, I mean, overall not too impressed with this news. I mean, a couple of them I do understand, but 3 or 4 of them I don't really understand. So obviously 6 players that have, left the club are Geraldo, Bajrami, James Jones, Fabio Tvarez, Null, Josh Taroni, and Jasper. So, yeah, I mean, I'll go through one by one. I mean, Geraldo, Bajrami, and James Jones won't really talk about them because, James Jones had all them injuries and Bajrami has barely played for us really overall, as a whole, overall, like I say. So, there's not really much to talk about them. Taroni, though, obviously a youngster. For me, one of the best couple of youngsters at the club, Obviously, Krubali's done what he's done this season, and he is the best youngster at the club by far. But obviously, the two that are in this, obviously Taroni and Null, as like I'm talking about now with Taroni, I just think, he's one of the better ones at the club. And I think it's a poor decision, really, overall, gotta be honest. And I think he should have stayed. But that's that one. Yeah, he actually did put on his Instagram yesterday, to be fair, yesterday, like afternoon, I think it was, that he was leaving anyway. So I already knew that he was leaving. And for some reason, straight that come to my mind straight away would be could Jack Null be leaving as well? So yeah, I mean, obviously recording this Thursday afternoon. So that's Taroni. I mean, I would have kept him personally. I just think, what are we doing? Letting him go, obviously, coming on to another really good youngster at the club. And to be fair, the one for me that is right behind Krubali in terms of, first is Krubali, like who I think's like the best youngster at the club. Then it would be Null and then Taroni. So yeah, that's Taroni. I don't really know what else to say on him. Jack Null, I mean, what the fuck is the owners think they're doing on that one? I mean, I really don't understand it. I don't get it. I mean, I was even told that, in training, he was the next one potentially like to break through in terms of cementing his place in like the squad, like week in, week out. Fucking hell, I couldn't get my words out then, but yeah, week in, week out. And I don't understand it, to be fair. I think I rate him as a really good player. I remember Stevenage away nearly scored to make it 3-2, just missed the post when he come on. I thought he was brilliant in that game when he come on, That's just one example. And yeah, obviously, I don't know, man. I just don't really get it, to be fair. I really don't. I mean, if he's been offered something else elsewhere, where he's going to be playing regular football constantly, then maybe I understand. But if he's not, and the club have just decided, you know what, fuck it, let's just let him go. I mean, that's fucking poor from me. I've got to be honest. He's like the one, obviously, in terms of youngsters, like I say, behind Krubali, where I think, yeah, this guy could really be the next, like, big thing for us sort of thing, if you get what I mean. So I'm not really happy with that. I can't lie. I'm pretty pissed off, to be fair. Because like I say, I've been told how good he had been in training and stuff like that this whole season. And yeah, frustrating one, to be honest. And yeah, I would have kept him 100%. Would have done everything possible to try and keep Jack Null at Burton Albion for us at the club. So yeah, I don't get that. Fabio Tvarez, some people are going to say he should have stayed for another season. Some people are going to say he should have gone. Me personally, I think the problem is with this. We obviously don't know how this transfer window is going to go, but for what it feels like at the moment is going to be a shed load of players gone. I mean, I might be wrong, but that's the vibe I'm currently getting at the moment. But if that is the case, I mean, I would have still kept him as not probably like starting every single week and stuff like that. But I even said it on videos, ever since Luton away, he might not have scored goals, but he was impactful off the bench in games and he was making things happen, even if it was just a bit, And he scored at Orient away. I thought he was all right, to be fair, at Orient away as well. So, yeah, I mean, overall, I get people's views where they say he should have stayed and where people will say it was enough and time to go. But for me, I would have kept him for one more season, as I've already stated before. So yeah, I mean, and big up to Tavares, done a lot for me personally. A really nice guy, not one of these players who has an ego. In terms of, gets annoyed whether he's not playing or not, knuckles down. He knuckles down, he gets on with it, and always has a smile on his face. So, big up to him. And yeah, Luton away, Fabio Tvarez, that was a fucking limbs that goal was. And yeah, it was just brilliant. It was a really good away point in the end. And that shirt behind me, as I've stated before, signed by him, everything, certificate of authentication, and all that shit to obviously prove that it was signed by him and everything. But yeah, that was literally, like I say, the day before the game of the Luton away game. And for that to happen, for me, obviously I had many reasons. I've seen one of my best mates supports Luton and just all the build up to that game. And that was my favourite game of the season, just absolute limbs and carnage, like in stoppage time and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm gutted to see him go. Like I say, he's a really nice guy. And to be fair, he has done quite a bit for me this season and give his time for me and all that sort of stuff. So I wish him nothing but the best. And yeah, like I say, hopefully he goes on to have, wherever he goes, hope he does really well. So yeah, that is Fabio. And then the final one, Jasper Moon. Well, this one's crazy for me. I mean, he's come in, he's done really well. Other than Dokes, in my personal opinion, he's been the other best centre back at the club, or should I say defender at the club, this season and overall, obviously, especially since like the second part of this season. So I don't really understand that either. I've seen a lot of people annoyed at that, and I totally get it. I agree. I don't understand. I'll just be brutally honest. For example, don't really want to call out players, but Terence hasn't been as good as what he could do overall as a whole on a consistent basis this season. Moon's been much better than him. It's just a fact. Not slating Terence, but just a fact. And Toby Civic, he's been much, much, much better than him, and he's been brilliant. I don't understand it. I don't understand why Jasper Moon has been let go by us, Burton Albion. I just don't understand what I don't get what these owners are thinking. I really don't understand it. It makes me think, are these owners going to get rid of like a ton of players now? Obviously, they're not going to probably release any more or whatever. But me personally, I just think Jasper Moon, Jack Null, Taroni, and maybe even Tavares. Although I can understand people's arguments for yes and no on him, but the three of Null, Taroni, and Moon, I really don't fucking understand it. I really don't. I don't get it. So yeah, for me, especially Null and Moon, they should have been kept at the football club, 100%. So yeah, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know. But, and what annoys me as well is, all these other clubs releasing their players release, who stay in, new contracts being offered and all this shit. Why are we the only club, so far from what I have seen, why are we the only club to come out and they said, oh yeah, these 6 players are departing, but these players we haven't released, these players are being kept, these players are being offered contracts, and then obviously the players are departing. I don't understand it. I just think it's fucking stupid. It really is. So yeah, and that's what also makes me think there's going to be a clear out in terms of selling players, that they don't want to put who's staying, and then they end up going and be like, oh, fucking hell, sort of thing. But it is what it is. We'll see. But all I'm going to say is, if those big type of players do get sold at us, we better have fucking replacements, because we'll be in shit big time the next season coming up. So yeah, that's my thoughts on all of that. Like I say, 3 out of the 6 of those, maybe even 4 out of 6 value Tavares, from my personal opinion. 4 out of 6 of those should have stayed for me. Bajrami and James Jones, I totally understand why they've gone, like I say. So yeah, don't know what else more to say, guys, other than smash a like on the video, enjoy the video, and subscribe to the channel as well. If you're not subscribed already, it'd be massively, massively appreciated. And yeah, until the next time, whenever that may well be, it might be fucking later, tomorrow, next week, or whenever the fuck it will be. So yeah, up the fucking Brewers, and yeah, come on.